Guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be concentrating on this motor compartment. Now, all we're pretty much doing is just making it pretty, so we're going to be stripping everything down and cleaning it all up, then hitting it with a paintbrush. Pretty much keeping everything. I will be probably going to get rid of this electric fan here. Just go with a belt-driven fan. Not going to be worth it to clean the radiator and repaint it when I can just get a new one for like $100. So I'm going to get this started. I'm going to start cleaning. I'm not going to record any of that. As you can see where we're at, we just finished up the trunk here, which came out pretty nice. So we're done with the inside, except for that pesky mirror that I broke. Working on that though. And this is it. After this, we're going to go through, probably repaint firewall and everything, inner fenders, inner brace, all this stuff. It just looks like crap. This will all get torn out, all get polished up, put back on, but I'm going to start cleaning. Like I said, not worth recording, and we're going to go from there. Also, for my purposes, this is not the standard firing order for a 351. This is one with a different size cam in it, so I read. So yeah, I want that for my purposes, just in case we end up getting rid of that plate. So let's get started. You know what? Before I forget, do yourself a favor. Do not get gallstones. The pain in your stomach, especially when you're sick and you have to cough, is absolutely unbearable. Oh, God! All right, now the key to a proper motor paint job is all in the prep. So what I did, I went through, I blew it all out, got rid of all the debris, went through with some alcohol, cleaned everything as best I could. As you can see, I did start a little bit. I got the hard to reach areas underneath. I just went through the back with a bigger brush and brushed it out. Now I'm going to go through with my fine tooth brush and do all the hard stuff. Now, one thing that I like to do, normally what I would do is I would pull these little 12-star bolts out, because it looks absolutely horrible when someone paints over them and everything's the same color. However, I do not have a 12.38. I do have a 14 millimeter that I didn't need. I drilled it out a little bit, and as you can see, it fits over there flawlessly. So as I go down the line, I'll just be putting this down on top of it, painting around it, and moving on. So I'm going to start in the back. I'll do one of these, and I'll show you just how clean it looks, because I'm going to do all those first to get them out of the way, and then we'll go from there. So I'll be back in a second. And if you're wondering, yeah, I buy the 100 pack of brushes, and I have done this before, and I'll actually drop a picture right here of the last motor I did. And yeah, definitely worth it. Okay, as you can see, we got the wrench on there, and I do have to mention, every time I pull this wrench, I will clean the outside of the socket with a paper towel. So we're going to pull this off. And there you go. She looks good. Almost untouched. Got a little bit of paint, but I'll grab a spare brush and knock that right off. Now we're going to keep moving forward. Alright, so what I've learned is, after you put it on with the first brush, it's always good to have a second brush that you keep pretty dry, just to go back and, you know, flatten out any high areas that you might see. At this point, you don't want to be adding paint, you want to be dispersing the paint that you already have there. So just kind of dry your brush out and flatten it out. And this is pour 15, so this will flatten on its own anyway. This just helps it out dry quicker. So been at it about 10 minutes, and I'd say about 40% of the way done. Almost to the halfway point. But, you know, it does come out and get a little trickier up here. So let's check back on this when I'm done with half the motor. By half the motor, I mean half the intake. Alright, we are about an hour in, and we're a little more than halfway done with the intake. You can see we're pretty much all done. All the way in the front. All under here, which is really tricky. And pretty much up to this side here. So we have the rest of the driver's side to do, which I know it's kind of dark, but You can see we're done up to about there. So I think we're gonna go jump in the shower and call it a night and get back on this in the morning. So yeah, probably gonna take 2 hours total, just for the intake. Alrighty, so as you can see, I worked into the night and we got pretty much 2/3 of the block done. We left off at this head, and this side's a little shitty, but it's also pretty small. So we're gonna tackle that today. I ran out, got all new hardware, so we are gonna be replacing all the bolts that go through here because painted bolts just look ghetto.
I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
So a few things I got to do. I still have to pull this off here, repaint that. I got some brackets that I'm painting. Just got a new radiator, and of course that doesn't fit, but we're going to circle back to that. So I'm going to keep going with the motor here. I mean, this is boring. It's really tedious work. It takes a lot of time. I'm probably into this block now for about, I don't know, 3 hours or so. But it's paying off, so I'm going to keep going. I'm going to get this side done. Like I said, I'm not going to record it. I'm going to clean all down here while I have this all open, and let's see where we end up by the end of the day. All right, we took a wire wheel to the alternator. She's all rebuilt. Here we are, checking back in about an hour later. You can see I have the whole cog belt system on here, and yeah, the belt's too long. So I'm gonna have to dig into that. In the meantime, went through, pretty much got all the stainless replaced. Looking pretty good. Got to clean the water pump. Got to throw on the oil block off plate. And look into a belt. And then I'm going to keep plugging along. I think I'm going to jump over here, pull this valve cover off, and finish up this side. And then we can start firewall and the inner fenders. And I did go through and I kind of auged these out for the radiator. I'm hoping the new radiator will fit, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this, except the belt. I'm not going to lie, I have not been recording much, but as you can see, we have the rear firewall done. We got the passenger side apron done. Getting ready to spray in the driver's side, and then this whole front clip. And then we can uncover the motor and start putting stuff together. So, yeah, this is kind of boring. I'm not going to record it. I'm just going to get it done, and then we're going to start working on the grill. All right, cruising through here, and you can see we are all done inside here. Now, wasn't a whole lot I could do in that back corner, but we are going to get a new brake booster and everything, so we're going to deal with that at a later date. So, I think next, well, I'll plug my wires in. I bought an export bar. It's like a V bar that connects the shock towers to the firewall. I think I'm going to go get that, and hopefully it won't get in my way of the throttle cable. And hopefully it'll fit. So, let me go grab that, and we'll see what we can do, if we're going to run it or not. You know, it's always scary when you're working with aftermarket parts, but this export brace, it fit flawless. First shot, just like a factory part. I think I got it from like CJ Pony Parts for like 80 bucks or something. It's pretty cheap, but yeah, I like it. All right, so basically in this motor compartment, the last thing left for me to do is mount the radiator. Now, I think I mentioned earlier, I bought an aftermarket radiator. Didn't exactly fit. So what I did, I ended up ovaling out these holes just to give me a little more playroom. And hopefully I'll be able to get the radiator to mount. I really don't want to drill into the brand new radiator just in case I have to return it, but we'll see. So I'm going to go grab it and we're going to see if we can get this started. Oh, it slipped right in and it was nice and tight. That being said, I think I'm going to bed. Catch up with this in the morning. Okay, we are now in the house working on the headlight bezels. So what we're going to do, we're going to take these all apart, which is just taking the light buckets out and then got a bolt there and one over here. Get this all separated, get it all cleaned up, and I'll show you what we're going to do because we are not keeping all this chrome actually. Wife wants to go a different route, so we get this cleaned and see where we end up. So we're going to switch this up a hair. Instead of going all chrome, we're going to kind of make this look like a phantom grille, and we're only going to leave chrome on the top and bottom. Now, I am leaving all the chrome in the center, but I think this is going to look pretty good, so let's get this spraying. All right, it is the end of the night, and we are all blacked out. So yeah, basically this is going to look like an Eliminator grill now. That's pretty much the only difference when you get rid of all the chrome in the middle. But I think it'll look pretty good. We'll find out tomorrow. Let's call it a night. With the exception of some alignment issues that I can't fix until this goes into the car, that's not too bad. So let's get the other one done and go mount these. All right, guys, she is back together. You ready to check her out? Here is where we ended up. Oh, this grill came out so nice. So glad I didn't have to buy one. So yeah, this is pretty much the end of the video. I got everything all put back together. Just filled her up with antifreeze. Don't see any leaks yet. Hopefully I won't. I went through, you can see, painted the base down there. I did try another air filter. It did not fit. Unfortunately, this hole is a weird 12-inch hole, and pretty much every air cleaner is 14 or 15 inches, it seems like. Or 10, so we're going to roll with the Ram Air style. I mean, hey, it's functional. It works. A few things that I did not show. I went through, I hooked my pneumatic cylinder up, my remote. I was able to jump power right to the alternator, which was awesome. And in case you have not seen it, this is how these work, because this is a race car. It didn't have anything as far as the lights go. And it's on a remote. So as you can see, just hold the remote down and bang, they open up. Hold it again. And they close. I mean, for the amount that these are going to open and close, I'm not really worried about it being on a remote, because simple truth is this car's probably never going to get driven at night anyway. So yeah, I am very, very happy with how the front end came out of on this car. And it obviously will look much better once I get this chrome piece back from West Coast Cougar. But yeah, I am thrilled. So that's going to do it. I know this was more of a update video than an actual action video, and I apologize for that. I just was not looking forward to painting this motor and wanted to get it out of the way. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to share and like and comment and all that stuff that the successful YouTubers tell you to do. And get off the couch and get in the garage. I'm not going to lie, I'm really looking forward to this next video because it's pretty much all going to be on the couch. But you'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, I think we're going to have to clean the garage before we move on to the next little project.